It was a moment of desperation felt around the world. A baby handed to a U.S. Marine over the walls of the Kabul airport amid the crush and chaos as the Taliban seized control of the city.
We decided that we're going to pull her over the barbed wire, and then one of the Marines, he bent down. I was holding his leg and grabbed her and gave her to me.
2 months later, and half a world away, I met baby Leah and her parents, now reunited and living in Phoenix.
And how are you doing as a family resettling in Arizona? How is life?
We are doing all right. Sadia, she's learning the language. We're going to be getting our own place hopefully in the next 2-3 days.
A harrowing escape they thought might never happen. Hameed, a naturalized U.S. citizen, worked for years alongside the U.S. military as a translator. In August, he was assigned to a team of Marines helping facilitate evacuations. But as the Taliban gained ground and the situation at the airport deteriorated, he rushed to get his own family to safety.
At some point, we knew that the families of people who are working with the U.S. or the government could be in severe danger. So my team told me that probably it's best if I try to get out my family. So that's when I called my wife and asked her to grab her belongings and just come to the airport. And
were you worried that whether she and Leah would be able to get inside?
Well, we didn't really know how is it going to be. I knew it's going to be hard, but I really didn't think it's going to be this hard. But once they got there was no going back.
Hour after excruciating hour, Hameed watched helplessly as his wife and infant child battled the dangerous crowd.
Do you recall looking out and seeing your family?
I do. I saw her with my brother and my nephew who had helped them get there.
They had come so far,
yeah,
but couldn't get in.
Couldn't get in because there were so many people. Everybody was like probably 4,000 or 5,000 people, and everybody was pushing.
He met baby Leah, then just 16 days old, for the first time, as she was hoisted over that razor-sharp wire.
This was the first time you met your daughter.
Yes. I was very emotional at that time. But I just had 2 minutes because I knew the job is not done.
It took Sadia still hours more to make it inside the compound herself. Grateful to be together, yet Hameed says what still keeps him up at night is the danger those left behind in Afghanistan face every day.
So Sadia made it in. What about the rest of your family?
I could only, my brother who was there, unfortunately he couldn't get in. And right now, my family and Sadia's family, they're both stuck in Afghanistan.
Hameed says his brother, who served in the Afghan armed forces, is now in hiding after his home in Kunduz province was burned to the ground. He spoke to him during our conversation.
He said he just changed their location again because apparently at the previous area that they had a lot of Taliban people doing patrol and asking people questions, so they had to relocate again.
Sadia's mother and sister remain in the country as well.
Not only, as you said, not just my brother, but thousands of other people who work with Americans and Afghan government, and they thought that they'll be protected and taken care of.
More than 68,000 Afghans have been evacuated to the United States since August, but the UN has said as many as 500,000 could try to flee by the end of the year. Those who worked for the government or were associated with someone who assisted the Americans, like Hameed, now fear reprisal from the Taliban.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, because hundreds of officers and soldiers and others have been killed.
But without an operating U.S. embassy in the country, they have few options for escape, facing closed borders and increasingly harsh restrictions.
I don't know what's going to happen, so we are just keeping fingers crossed because every call I get from Afghanistan, I'm praying to God that it's not bad news.
For now, Hameed is working on finding a way to get more of his family members to safety. a life-or-death effort he fears has little chance of success, as the consequences of war stretch far beyond the end of an occupation.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.